For liberty and super earth. Rah! I can't see out of this. Happy New Year, everyone. I should have done a video on this like a long time ago. Granted, I made this armor like all the way back in like June after I came back from Fanime. Yeah, I came back from Fanime, which was a con in like California. Made this for FanX, but made the whole armor in about less than a week, and I actually never made a video on it. So here's how I made my Helldiver armor. It's essentially how I made my Helldiver armor, and specifically the Bone Snapper armor, which is actually the combat medic. And the only reason I actually ended up doing the medic version was because me and my friends, we did like a whole Helldiver group. Like, this took a lot of planning to do. Like, you can see some of the clips right here, some of the photos. It came out pretty good with it. We did a really fantastic group. I think we honestly killed it. We are the Helldivers. The main reason I actually ended up doing the medic version is because I kind of wanted to stand out. If you know me, I like doing things where I stand out. I like to be like the main character and whatnot. So to me, making this Helldiver armor is definitely something that was pretty interesting. So I ended up going with that, and at the time I was really obsessed with Helldivers. I'm still pretty obsessed with Helldivers, but not really as much as I was whenever the game first came out, but it's still a pretty fun thing to do. Like, if you haven't fought the Illuminate, I might have to report you to the nearest Super Earth bunker, to the nearest Super Earth post office, because if not, you are a bot and you are traded to humanity. So yeah, but anyways, here's the helmet. I'll probably show more clips of it, but like, the helmet itself is actually relatively nice. It's 3D printed. One of my friends actually did it for me. This helmet, like, I told him if he could do it to scale, and like, it fits. Like, the only thing about this, I have to actually add padding for it, but I added some like markings to it, just like some stuff. And like on the side, I added some of the planets such as Malevolent Creek, Meridia, I can't remember what this is, Fenrir 3, and like anti-bot, anti-bug symbolism. I also added High Mom, like some really cool stuff. Also kill counts on it, as well as for democracy. Like, it's a really cool helmet. As you saw at the beginning of the video, it's 3D printed, and it's just really cool. Like, to me, this is actually one of my favorite armors I've ever done. The fact that I was able to do this in like a week is pretty fun. Like, I may not have like too much footage of me building it, but like, I do have clips of it. Like, it is a pretty sturdy armor. Now, how I actually made it, the original base was actually ODST armor. So like, I was originally working on ODST armor like a year prior, and then I ended up converting that into Helldiver armor. And like, the bottom portions of the leg, I actually just ended up making it from scratch really quickly, converting it, adding white paint and some like designs, because like the design of the Bone Snapper armor is pretty intricate. So like, I had to get really creative to make this in time, in less than a week, and just added my own takes, my own design to it, and it came out pretty good in my opinion. It is a really cool armor. The undersuit as well is actually pretty interesting, because it's like a flight suit. Now, the flight suit itself, I ended up getting it off Amazon, which costed me like 20 bucks. It was like from Party City or whatever the case was. It's just like a regular green army undersuit, cost like $20, and it matched the aesthetic very well. It's not too bright like how it is in the game, but dark enough to the point where no one's really gonna question it if they see it. So I ended up suiting up, and it came out pretty good. Like, for what it was, I think I did a pretty fantastic job, if you can't tell by some of the clips on the screen right now. It is a pretty cool armor. It is a really simple design, nothing too crazy, but the fact that it stands out, like how wide it is really cool. Also, not to mention, I was able to make like the cape. Like, I had to hand sew the cape, and I think it came out pretty good, just like me adding the straps to it and whatnot. I think this is a pretty simple armor. Granted, does it actually need a lot of work? Yeah, like the bottom legs, whenever I was walking, ultimately ended up falling apart because I built this in like less than a week. Wasn't too sturdy, but overall the base layer, like the upper portions were like the chest, like the arms and whatnot, the cape is pretty sturdy. That didn't really end up falling apart and whatnot. It's just like the bottom portion I'll most likely have to remake, but overall it's a still pretty cool armor design. Like, you've seen me like in all my shorts, I post Helldivers. It is a really cool piece of armor. It's really fun. It's like my favorite thing I've designed all year. Like, literally my favorite thing I designed all year. Like, the helmet itself is pretty cool. Like, you guys can't tell me this helmet is not awesome. Also, as for the visor itself, it's kind of like a one-way thing where you can see on the outside, or yeah, from the inside you can see, but the outside you can't, and it's pretty much all red. It is really, really cool. This is my favorite thing I've designed all year. Do I plan on remaking new Helldiver armor? Yeah, I plan on making the OG Helldiver armor at some point, but I'm actually going to be working on an ODST armor for Fan Expo Dallas this year, so keep an eye out for that. I will actually do a video of me building that like piece by piece, unlike some of these other costumes I didn't really record too much of it, but yeah, that's just essentially how I made my Helldiver armor and why the hell I made it, because I was doing a cosplay group. And yeah, what are your thoughts on it? Do you guys like this piece? Out of all the costumes I've done, is this you guys' favorite? And yeah, anyways, be sure to check out my other channel if you want my thoughts on the best and worst anime of 2024. And I will actually be making a video on like the best and worst cons I attended in 2024, sometime this week, sometime next week. Keep an eye out for that. But yeah, catch you guys later, and remember, for liberty and Super Earth. And if you don't support Super Earth, you're a bot supporter, or you're an Illuminate supporter. So yeah, anyways, have a good new year, have a good Super Earth year. So yeah, peace.